Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're going to be talking about the load on our panels, going over our PDUs, and talking about just keeping all the panels in good standing, making sure that none of the copper is overloaded, that the panels are doing good. You know, all those panels are coming back to the transformer right over here. We got to make sure all those legs are doing good. So if you think that's interesting, you know what to do. Hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and go to cryptollc.org. If you're looking to set up a ASIC or GPU farm, we help clients set up farms all over the world. So if you're looking to set up one like the United States or maybe in South America or maybe in Europe, we can help you do that. Or if you want to host with us, we have hosting opportunity at this farm. We still have 1.2 megawatts available. So you can jump in on hosting with us. We have a very competitive rate. We also provide miners if you want to buy miners and then host, or you want to bring your own. Whatever you want to do, go to cryptollc.org. Before we get started, Bitcoin saves your wealth and Jesus Christ saves your soul. All right, let's get started. So, if you guys are watching our previous videos, you would know we're running S19s here, regular 95 terahash. Today, we're going to be talking about the panels. Let's go over there and get started. See, we're running smart PDUs. We're running these miners overclocked, so we had to offload a little bit of space because the PDUs would be overloaded. But to keep them from overloading, we had to make sure to offload some miners. So we got two removed, and so on. So you can see we got two per, like a bank, two, like that. Running a total of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 miners per PDU. This PDU is then run to these panels over here. So let me show you guys this panel here. So, I'm going to put this on amp, and it's going to show us how many amps are loaded on this leg. So this is B leg. Actually, no, it's A leg. This is A leg. You see it right here. A is black, B is white, and C is red. So we got A, B, C, A, B, C, and so on. So that black is A. So on A leg, we have 49 amps. Then on B leg, we have 50 amps. And then on C leg, we have 51 amps. Each leg is running 245. So this is not a, where they share, 3 phases or whatever. Each leg is running 245. We have special PDUs that run 245 per leg, which means that when you load a miner onto a leg here, it's not being shared by AB or BC or AC. It's actually just running directly off of one leg. So this is plugged into C, then it runs on C. This is L2, so this is B. L1, L2, L3. So these are all running on C leg. These are running on B leg. And then these on the bottom over here, these are running on A leg, A, B, C. And those ABCs come into here. Black, A, B, C, just like that. Now we have them all numbered here. You see 11, 10, 9, and so on. Those are the numbers of the PDUs. So you can match them up with the PDU numbering system we have. So this is number 13. So we actually come back here and we can match it up. So this is 13. This is the exact PDU. So we can measure these three and we'll have the exact amperage. By using this tool here, we'll have the exact amperage for this PDU. We don't really need to do that because these are smart PDUs. We can just log into the IP address of this PDU and we'll know the exact load. But when you want to match it up and see that the PDU is reporting properly, you could check it here. With this tool, you check it and then you will know for sure that it matches up. Because, maybe you don't want to really believe the software, or maybe you have a problem with the PDU and it's doing something weird and you want to double check something, you can do that by matching them up. You see how all of our PDUs have numbers, 9, 10, 11, you know, and so on. So yeah, that's how we do it. So if you were not running a, you know, single phase 245 or 240, and you were actually running 3-phase, meaning that you're sharing the phases. I mean, these are 3 phases, obviously, but you know what I mean. When you're sharing the phases, in that configuration, you would have one miner sitting not on itself, not by itself on, let's say, this is B, but you have that miner sitting on A and B, let's say, or A and C. Then that miner would actually be consuming amperages off of 2 phases at the same time. So that's not very economical. This is a lot better setup because you require less space because each miner is on its own leg, fully on its own leg, not sharing with the other. So you'll save on breakers and you'll save on copper. You can see that this panel right here is fully loaded. There is no more watts available on this panel, but you can see how much space we still have. We have a lot of space left over, and that's because these are single leg being run on each, right? The miners are run on a single leg, so you save a lot by doing that. So yeah, so that's how we run them. Now there are other PDUs we have at a different farm. Those PDUs, most PDUs actually are run by sharing phases, so they run like A, B, A, C and stuff like that. One of our other farms has that. It does have those PDUs, and for those PDUs, again, you have to do different math. You have to, you know, make sure that when you're loading it, you kind of write down on the breaker, hey, this is AB, hey, this is BC, hey, this is CA, you know, and so on. You got to write it on the breakers. And go through the whole entire ABC, 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 and then you have to come around and say, okay, a PDU is loaded on breaker number 5. That breaker number 5 is actually loaded on CBA or loaded on BCA or something like that, because then all your legs are different. The way we set up this container is, first of all, we got these breakers, these PDUs, but we also have them in order here. You see how we didn't mix them around. We didn't put this breaker right here. You see how we skipped 2 positions here and then started this breaker? That's on purpose. That's so that when we load this one, it's ABC. And when we loaded this one, it's ABC. It's not BCA. Like if we move them up here all the way, then it'll be BCA. So this red one will be A rather than being a C. That's why we load them like this. And we do the same thing over here. You see how all of these are done the same way? It starts on the top all the way down to the bottom, and then this starts on the top. We're not doing any skipping here. We're not placing them randomly. And it's all on purpose because we want to keep the load the same. We want to make sure that A, B, C have equal loads everywhere. And we're not doing anything, you know, stupid by mixing them around. Now, in this setup, it's a little harder to mess things up like that because, again, we're running one miner on one leg, but it'll get really, really bad if you were doing it on the setups or the PDUs that actually run on 2 phases. Those PDUs, those miners, right? You can have a PDU that's not fully loaded, but you loaded, let's say, AB, a lot of ABs, AB, AB, and you didn't load much on C. What will happen is you'd run out of amperage on A and B, but you have some left on C. And so now your panel has available watts, but you're overloading A and B and you're underloading C. So you got to mix them, you know, in a different way to make sure you're loading more of C. Maybe do more AC, BC, like that, not AB. So you got to change that up. Again, for this setup here, that's not really that big of an issue. That's like you have to completely skip C, which means that the only way we really mess them up on these, or you could mess them up on these PDUs, if you were just to completely skip a whole entire leg, which means I didn't load 3 at all, right? I skipped 3, and if I skip 3, then 3 is not being used. I just use A and B. So you can see how that, no one's really going to do that. No one's going to make that mistake. That's a common sense one. But when you're running different PDUs, a lot of newer miners will make that mistake, and they will end up overloading A and B and then underloading C. So make sure you don't do that at your farm. You can see that at all of our farms, we not only run our miners, nice, crisp air, clean air, good humidity. You can see we have cracks between our miners. It's on purpose. We're doing that on purpose to create some backflow, make sure the humidity is not high. Not only do we take care of the miners, but we also take care of PDUs and the copper. Again, we do that because if it's more economical, the hotter your copper, the more watts you're wasting. So we got to make sure that our copper is nice and cool, which means we don't overload the copper. Then obviously it's for infrastructure. We don't want our infrastructure to have any problems in the future. We got to keep this like this for the next 20 years. And so the way you do that is building it properly. You buy the proper breakers, you get the proper copper, you put the proper load on the copper, you never overload the copper, and that way your panel can just stay like this forever, right? The breakers will never break, the copper will never have any issues, your PDUs will never pop, the ports will never trip, and so on. So when you take care of it like that, you can have a mining farm run in optimum conditions, forever and ever and ever. You can watch our other videos where we have the 1.75 megawatt farm. Those videos, it's on a different site. And you can see that we've been uploading videos from that farm for the past 4 years. And that farm, we never had any breakers break. We never had any miners, destroy like a circuit or something. Nothing like that ever happened because it's built properly. You built their proper breakers, proper panels, proper copper. You run it properly, you're not gonna have any issues. All right, well that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys like it. You know what to do, like, subscribe, and go to Crypto LLC if you wanna buy some ASICs. Right now, the price is still good. Bitcoin's not too high. Bitcoin did go up. The higher it goes, the more the ASICs will cost, especially when you run out of ASICs for sale, right? If Bitcoin goes to 60,000, it's gonna be almost impossible to get ASICs. The price will be so high, it's going to be just really, really bad. So you got to jump in. We recommend jumping in, when you're ready, obviously. But you want to jump in when the price is not that high. Right now, it's I think it's 38K for a Bitcoin. So it's still reasonable. And you can still build that farm of your dreams. All right, well, that's going to be it for this one. Until next time, bye-bye.